She was eating, she was drinking, she was moving around. You could tell she was sore, but she was okay. I noticed she was weak and couldn't get up at first, and once I helped her on her feet, she should have showed some sign of improvement instead of a very visible decline. I know this may not look great to others that didn't really see the full picture. Well, I planned on filming a video today, guys, but I didn't plan on it being this video, which is in true homestead farming fashion. I'm in my master bathroom, not glamorous, and that is a goat. That is a large-ish goat. She's a large medium goat right now. Miss Laramie has been giving me fits. She had a bottle jaw, which bottle jaw presents usually when they have a high parasite load and then they're anemic. A couple days after I treated her for that, when we turned them loose in that new pasture, she found a tree with a split in it like this and got her foot stuck between it and was down for several hours when we found her. She was eating, she was drinking, she was moving around. You could tell she was sore, but she was okay. And then we just cannot get it together here with her. This morning, I go in there to get her up, and she could not get on her front legs. She'd been weak, and I had picked her up once and got her on her feet, and then she was fine. So we had started thinking possibly it was a meningeal worm, which can affect their mobility. A lot of times it's in their back, but it can be in their front. So I began treating her for that. We're on day three of that treatment. This morning, she could not get up. Her front leg was buckling. I got a picture of it, but I don't have any video of it because I immediately called the vet. So she's going to the vet today. Probably gonna do some x-rays. I do like that she's eating. I like that she's sitting up like this and not like laid out on her side. If they lay out on their side too long, they can cause other issues, digestive issues, as well as they can suffocate. So her sitting up like this is good. Her eating is good, even if she's laying down. But this is farming. It is not glamorous. It is not always lovely. We're all gonna just hope for the best here. We are finally home after quite an adventure, and I don't know how I feel about the news. What we treat her for is listeria. They can get that from kind of multiple sources, and sometimes it's from overfeeding hay or overfeeding grain, too much grain and not enough hay, and that's not the case for me. I probably underfeed grain a little bit, but it can also, and the big thing that causes it is them getting moldy hay. My girls, their hay stays on pallets up off the ground. As we're putting it out, we're checking for hay. Moldy hay is pretty easy to notice because it'll have a stench. It'll have very visible signs of it being dangerous to feed. But goats throw hay on the ground constantly. Any livestock does. So she could have picked it up off just eating hay that had fallen on the ground too deep down. So we treated with an antibiotic for that, and then another broad span antibiotic, and it's kind of a waiting game. We're going to continue on with a couple other meds, one of them being a complex B twice a day, and with Banamine twice a day as well for a couple days. And if we don't see improvement by Wednesday, we're going to start steroids. And the big thing with listeria is she didn't have a lot of the signs of listeria, a lot of the symptoms. A lot of times they'll call it the circling disease because they'll walk around in a circle, or they'll stargaze. And thinking back now, I probably did notice her stargazing some today when she was in here. But she's not stargazing now. She's sleeping, resting. But one thing that's good that me and the vet both agreed that we liked, ooh, my hair is a wreck from wearing that hat, is the fact that she's not quit eating. She's been eating like a freight train, which is great. Goats eating is the best thing for them. Her bowel movements look really good. Her eyelids, when you check their flematia, is very pink. She's not anemic. We had an issue with her getting bottle jaw, which is a sign of parasites and anemia. So we've treated that. She's eating fermented alfalfa as well as regular alfalfa, supplemented in with their hay. She's going to be in my bathroom until Reagan gets home tonight, and then we will put the gate on the kidding stall. I just went and bought it. And then we will set her up in her little princess palace of a kidding stall. And since she's weak on her feet, we will keep kind of like what I have going here, where she's got hay, she's got her alfalfa, she's got water. All very close by. I'm going to keep monitoring her temperature. She's got to have some more meds later. I know she looks a little rough right now, but I kid y'all not, the whole time she was in the car, I could hear her in the hatch area munching on hay. And when I brought her in here earlier and set her up and then did a couple other things, when I came back, she was eating hay. So she's eating, she's drank some, she urinated a lot at the vet, but none in my car. So I thank her for that. Are y'all ready to see the magic that my husband did after work yesterday? So I tried to film this just a second ago and my battery pooped out on me the second I stepped outside. So now everyone is all stirred up and screaming. They were all so quiet a minute ago. Bum, bum, bum. So Miss Laramie, we're about 24 hours after our dose of antibiotics, and I'm sure some of y'all are going to ask, I didn't talk about it yesterday, this eye on this side of her head, she's keeping it squinted. The vet did notice that there's an ulcer in it, or on it, in it. There's an ulcer, and that's probably from where she got stuck in that tree that day, because that was the side that was laying down. On to our bigger issue in the moment, and that is just the Laraminitis. Insert word here. She is doing better. She's not great. She's still weak on that front leg, but she did stand up on her own and was standing for several minutes, moving around a little bit on that front leg. I'll help her stand up here in a minute so y'all can see what we're kind of looking at with that leg. Say, I'm hollering to my friends. Are you really chewing on my hoodie back there? She doesn't like it when the other goats leave the barn, but she is doing better. I do think I'm still going to call the vet on tomorrow, because they said by Wednesday if she wasn't, you know, do not be chewing on my hair back there. If she wasn't significantly better, to call, and they would want to put her on a steroid. So I do think, depending on what she looks like in the morning, I'm going to call about the steroid. Is all this necessary? Peanut gallery back there. But she is doing better. Her appetite has stayed up, which is great. Her poops look wonderful. Ma'am! Kate did not get the memo that this video is not about her. Apparently Eden didn't. Stop it! She's got her whole head in this pen trying to chew on my hoodie. I am very happy that she's eating. Honestly, she looks like she may have gained a little weight, which she needed to. So the laying her up may have helped that. I am happy with how she is doing. Obviously, she's not 100% better, but she's wanting to stand. She's wanting to holler at her friends. She's never quit eating. She's currently sitting here beside me chewing cud. I will say this whole experience has made her more friendly. I don't like that she had to go through this to make her more friendly, but I am glad that she's more friendly now, because she's always been my standoff goat. And I was honestly worried that this would make it worse, because I've had to stick her so many times with needles. Because right now we're doing, twice a day we're doing Benamine and Complex B. And those are 2 sub-Q sticks. And, she don't have that many places to stick her. Let me try to find somewhere to stick this camera, because Reagan, I think, is going to have to stick me a board in here so I have somewhere to clamp this camera in the future, which is kind of good. Before kidding, we worked this kink out, because I do want to help her get up. Anytime I'm down here, I help her stand up. I know she can stand, or at least earlier she could stand up on her own, and she stood up for a while on her own, eating and drinking. She's got a bowl in here, kind of like a big dog bowl, that I was keeping my alfalfa hay in for her. Once again, that's a fermented alfalfa. There's a fermented alfalfa. It has a lot of vitamins and minerals. It's got probiotics in it and all those good things that are going to help keep our rumen going good. I've been keeping that in here with her. And when I came in here earlier after being in town for a couple hours, she had moved that bowl and had cleaned it out completely. So that is so exciting for me. She drank a lot of her water. I had to refresh her water bucket. All of these are good things. So let me clip this camera and try to, not try, I will get her up. Come on, baby. There we go. Good girl. Good girl. Now I gotta get out from behind her. Her leg, so it's actually her other leg on the opposite side of the camera is the one that is the problem. So, it's a good thing I have a good editor. So y'all can see why I was concerned about this leg. We are improving greatly. I'm really happy. And like I said yesterday, a lot of it, now that she's got the right medications, is just keeping her, you know, moving, keeping her wanting to live. And I think she does. If she didn't, she wouldn't be eating. She wouldn't be chewing cud right now. She wouldn't be investigating her goat friends on the other side and seeing what all they're doing. I know this may not look great to others that didn't really see the full picture of what was happening yesterday, but I am very happy with what she's doing. All in all, what started out as something very scary and still isn't 100% good to go, 100% fixed, has already turned out better than I expected. Obviously, it made us get our kidding stall done a few days early because we are within, I would say, a week or maybe less of kids on the ground, because this thing is huge. So it looked like I smothered a beach ball. Ma'am, can you stand up for him? Come on. I don't even know if the camera does this justice. I mean, just... Oh, get off her. Okay, so this is food. This is munchkins. We can... Come here. I'm not going to show your bits. I'm just going to show your udder. Getting our udder. Miss Violet there will get a super, super tight udder when she is close to kidding. It gets glossy. It gives all the signs. So Miss Violet's udder will tell us when she kids. Some of my others, not so much. Miss Eden, which I think will be shortly after Violet, her udder doesn't necessarily get swollen and tight. It gets large, but not swollen and tight like Violet's. Violet's is a whole nother ball game. I don't think Miss Eden has much longer either. You kind of show them your body. This is Miss Eden. See, I'm pretty large too. Miss Eden gave us triplets last year. Violet gave us a singleton, but the first year we had Violet and she had babies, she gave us 4. She gave us quads. So if you are enjoying some goat content, want to see all the fun goat content of little baby hops, be sure to subscribe. That is all I've got for you today, guys. I'm Megan from the GWP Homestead, and this is the chaos I live in. I will see you on the next video, guys. Bye.